morning to all of you. Welcome to the next class of the basics of electrical engineering. So today we will discuss about KCL, KBL, mesh analysis, nodal analysis, and at last we will do some sort of numerical so that your doubt can be cleared very easily. So let us start. What is KCL? KCL is abbreviated as Kirchhoff current law. So it's stated that the algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a point or junction is zero. The sum of the incoming current towards any point is equal to the sum of outgoing currents away from that point. So KCL stated that, let's suppose this is a junction or node and where various parts are being there, various branches are being there, and we have denoted these branches with some sorts of equations. Let's suppose this one is your I1, this one is your I2, this is again going I3, and this is I4. So KCL stated that the incoming current is equal to outgoing current. So incoming current is equal to outgoing current. So here, if we look at the problem, here incoming currents are I1 plus I4, whereas the outgoing currents are I2 and I3 across this node. So KCL stated that the incoming current is equal to the outgoing current, or what we can say that the algebraic sum of all these current, that is I1 plus I4 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. So the algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a point is equal to 0, or we can say that the incoming current at any particular point is equal to the outgoing current. So KCL law is all about KCL law is based on the conservation of charge. So we can say that it is based on conservation of charge. This is very important for various competitive exam point of view, where we have to deal where some sort of question arises what is KCL is based on. So KCL is based on the law of conservation of charge, because there is incoming charge is equal to outgoing charge. That's why it is based on the law of conservation of charge. Now next is our KVL, or we can say that Kirchhoff voltage law. So it stated that the algebraic sum of EMF voltage acting in the circuit is equal to the algebraic sum of the product of the current and resistance of each part of the circuit. And KVL law is based on the law of conservation of energy. So KVL law stated that, let's suppose this resistance, circuit having resistance, this one, and having resistance this one. So let's suppose this is 5 volt, this is 2 ohm, this is 3 ohm, and this is 10 volt. So KCL, and let's suppose the current going through this is I. So KVL stated that the algebraic sum of the EMF acting in the circuit is equal to the product of the current and resistance. So if I want to calculate the value of current in this circuit or in this loop. How can I calculate it? This is calculated by using KVL, that is called Kirchhoff voltage law. Let's see how can we calculate. Here in this problem we are going from here. Now we are going from here. We can assume the direction that positive, negative, because we are going from higher one to lower one. Again we are going from positive, negative, then positive, negative direction is there, and then here is negative direction and positive direction. Now how can we calculate the current I? From here we are starting, from this particular point we are starting, so positive is coming first. So what we'll write? 2I, because I current is flowing in this circuit. 2I, V is equal to IR. So I is here I, and resistance is 2I. 2I plus, in this particular branch, 3I plus 10 minus 5. Minus is arises because the terminal, if we are going from this sides, the minus is arises because the negative sign is coming at the first particular point, so that's why minus sign is being arises. So it fully satisfied Kirchhoff voltage law. Here if we see the equation, here is all we are doing the algebraic sum of all these terms, and another part we are doing the sum of the product of current and resistance. So that is V is equal to IR. So now we can calculate the currents. That is 3 plus 2 is equal to 5I. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5I. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. That is equal to 0. Then 5I is equal to minus 5. So I is equal to minus 1 ampere. So this is our required answer. So from this discussion, what we can say about Kirchhoff voltage law, that if there is any closed loop, we have to calculate the voltage across that particular point, the algebraic sum of that voltage across that particular point, and this is all about KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. So next point is, it is based on the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation energy is, it is the principle based on the law of conservation of energy, because we are taking the whole circuit, so it is based on the law of conservation of energy. It is very essential for various competitive examination point, where KCL is based on law of conservation of charge and KVL is based on law of conservation of energy. So this is the basic difference between KCL and KVL. Now if we look about mesh analysis. What is mesh analysis? If a network with several sources has more than 2 nodes, then the current in it may be determined by mesh analysis. So mesh analysis states that if there is a network with several sources having 2 or more nodes, then the problem can be solved by using mesh analysis. So before going for the mesh analysis, let us some basic terms which you should know about electrical circuit. That is, first is node. What is node? Node is basically connection of 2 or more points coming across a particular junction. If there is 2 or more points across this particular junction, this is called node, and these are called branches, which are being coming together from various particular sources. So this is all about node. Now let us solve some numerical analysis so that you can easily help how can solve the mesh analysis. Now here is, find the current I1 and I2 in the following figure. So we have to find the current I1 and I2 in this following figure. So how can we calculate the current? So what are the various methods we can calculate? Let us see. Now steps number first. If we solve it, if we draw it, this is our circuit. This is 2 ohm and this one is 6 ohm and this one is our 4 ohm. This one is 4 ohm and this one is 6 volt. This is positive, this is negative, this is 10 volt and this is again 6 ohm. This is 3 ohm. This one is 2 volt and here is 5 ohm resistor. This is 2 volt. So how can we solve it? Let us calculate it in steps. So this is all about, we have to find the current I1 and I2. This I1 and I2. Now by using KVL, we have started from this particular point. Current is going from this one is positive to negative, then this is positive to negative, then again positive to negative, then positive to negative, then here is negative to positive, and this current is going, that is I1. In the similar way we can assign the direction here. Positive to negative, current is I2 is going from positive to negative, then positive to negative, then positive to negative, then negative to positive, and then positive to negative. So this is the assumed direction we have assigned. Now first we calculate this sort of loop 1, that is mesh 1. So how can we calculate? First this we consider, that is 2I1 plus 6 here, 6 I1 minus I2, 6 I1 minus I2, because we are considering I1 as superior node and I2 as lower node. So I1 minus I2, because this loop we are considering here, so I1 we will consider at higher node and I2 we will consider lower node. Then plus 6 volt, because positive to negative we are going, then again positive to negative we are going, that is 6 4 I1, and then minus 10 volt, because minus is arises because the terminal first arising in this direction is minus 10, is equal to 0. Now we solve it, then what we will obtain? 2I1 plus 6I1 minus 6I2 plus 6 plus 4I1 minus 10 is equal to 0. Now again we solve it, then 6 to 8I1 plus 4I1, that is 12I1. 12I1 minus 6I2 is equal to 10 minus 6 minus 4, and then when it go here, that is plus 4. So this is our equation first. In the similar way we can find equation second, that is I2 here. So equation second can be determined by, now equation second, if we look this type equation second, how can we determine? That is here 3I2, we are considering loop second, 3I2 plus 2 plus 5I2 minus 6 and plus 6 I2 minus I1. Here there is very important phenomena, that we are considering now I2 minus I1. We are considering this one as superior loop, and this one is second less superior loop. So I2 minus I1. Which loop you are considering, that loop should be considered as superior, and another one is less superior. So that's why 6I2 minus I1 is being here. Now if we further solve it, then 3I2 plus 2 plus 5I2 minus 6 plus 6I2 minus 6I1 is equal to 0. Now if you again solve it, notice that here minus 6I1, 6, 3, 9, 9, 5, 14, 14I2, and then 6 minus 2 minus 4, again it goes here, then it's plus 4 being there. This is our second equation. So these are our two equations. Now we can easily find out the values of I1 and I2. Let's see how we can solve the values of I1 I2. Our first equation says that 12 I1 minus 6 I2 is equal to 4, and our second equation says that minus 6 I1 plus 14 I2 is equal to 4. This is our first equation arising in the previous step. This is our second equation. So in order to find any coefficient, that is I1 and I2, what we have to do, we have to maintain one same parameter over equation first and equation second. So we multiply equation second by 2, so that the I1 coefficient should remain same as it is, and this one is 1. So how we can get, what we will get, 12 I1 minus 6 I2 is equal to 4, and when second is multiplied by this one by 2, then 12 I1 plus 14 to the 28 I2 is equal to 8. Now if you look at this equation, 12 I1 and 12 I1 got cancel out each other. 28 minus 6 is equal to 22 I2, and 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. So I2 is equal to 12 by 22. If we again further simplify this one, 2 6 is 12, 2 11 is 22, then I2 is equal to 6 by 11. So 6 by 11 ampere is our I2. Now we have to find the values of I1. How we can find the values of I1? Let's see. This is our I2 value. Now if we put these I2 value in this equation, that is equation first, what we will get, that is 12 I1 minus 6 I2. 6 I2, that is 6 by 11 is equal to 4. What we have done, substituting the value of I2 in equation first. What we have done, we have substituted the value of I2 in this equation first. So 12 I1 minus 6 I2, I2 is 6 by 11 is equal to 4. If we further solve it, 12 I1 minus 36 by 11 is equal to 4. So 12 I1, 4 plus 36 by 11, so if you further solve it, 12 I1 is equal to 44 plus 36 by 11, 12 I1 is equal to 6, 4, 10, 47, 80 by 11. I1 is equal to 80 by 11 multiply by 12. If we further cancel out 40, 6, 20 and 3. So I1 equal to 20 by 33. I1 equal to 20 by 33. So it is our required answer. So these are our values of I1 and I2 for this problem. So this is our required answer for I1, how to find I1 and I2 by using mesh analysis. So in mesh analysis we have if we look at the present solution, in mesh analysis we have considered two loops, and then we have applied I1 over one loop and I2 over other loop, and then we have determined the each values of I1 and I2 to get the desired result. I hope you understand it clearly. Now thank you guys, I hope you found it useful. So please like and subscribe our channel. If you have any queries related to any topic, you can comment given below. So thank you very much guys. Thank you.